Can you bear to see the planet suffer, Cloud?
So a new trailer for the Final Fantasy VII Remake was shown a few weeks ago at Sony's State of Play livestream, and a lot of people seem very happy with how the game is currently looking. And I have to admit, from a graphical standpoint at least, the remake is looking stunning. But this is modern day Square Enix we're talking about here, and let's be honest, the company's glory days ended a long time ago. Most of what Square Enix has released over the last 5 years has either been unfinished, disappointing, full of expensive DLC, or just a shadow of what it used to be. Oh, and then there's this shit too, of course. The only two real exceptions have been Dragon Quest XI and Nier Automata, the latter of which Square Enix had barely any involvement with. Square just doesn't seem to know how to make complete experiences anymore. We now know that Deus Ex Mankind Divided was originally supposed to be a complete game, but was chopped into 3 parts during development. Kingdom Hearts is lacking in content and side activities when compared to previous games in the series. Final Fantasy XV was a mess, requiring you to watch a shitty movie to understand the game's story. It also had multiple season passes and paid DLC that actually changed the game's ending. Shadow of the Tomb Raider was a shameless cash grab that did nothing to push the series forward. Octopath Traveler wasn't terrible, but I stopped playing it after about 10 hours because it was one of the most boring JRPGs I've ever played. The Quiet Man is one of the worst games ever made, and the fact that Square even thought it was a good idea to publish the game in the first place just shows how out of touch they have become. It's baffling to me that anyone is willing to give Square the benefit of the doubt anymore. They've proven time and time again how incompetent they've become over the last decade. Final Fantasy VII Remake might be a great game that stays faithful to the original, but the signs are already looking bad. First of all, the game will be shipping in multiple parts. How many parts? Who knows? But let's say 3 parts, because the original game shipped on 3 discs. Now the question becomes, how long are we going to have to wait between parts? A year? 2 years? Will people even care about the game anymore by the time the full thing has released? And how much will each part cost? $60? That means you'll be paying $180 for the full experience, which is fucking ludicrous in my opinion. And who knows, Square might throw in more paid DLC on top of that. I'm not making this video to tell people not to be excited for the Final Fantasy VII Remake. I'm excited for it too. Final Fantasy VII is one of my all-time favourite games. I'm just advising you all to keep your expectations in check. Square Enix are not the company they were back in 1997 when the original Final Fantasy VII released, and I genuinely would be shocked if the remake turns out to be everything fans could have hoped for, but I hope I'm proven wrong.